gentlemen, this is Rope Break, a wrestling podcast. Long time no see. I am Peter Wesley, and I am here with.
I'm elderly and I'm pissed.
And if you've been reading the internet, there's always things to be pissed off about in the world of wrestling. We want to talk about a few things, man. How have you been?
I'm not dead yet, so I'm here. What about
We're
yourself?
here. Oh man, can't complain. We passed SummerSlam. We're on the road to Sunday night's main event, and that looks like we setting up the beginning seeds for War Games. Um, I guess one of the things we want to talk about is the current saga of the Bloodline. Are you tired of it yet?
Okay, so I can't say I'm tired of it, but I can say that I feel
I
like
know you're not.
the physician. Well, I throw up my ones for the tribal chief, but I feel like okay, look, I only like maybe two members of the bloodline, and that is Roman and Jacob. And it, I'm just, I everybody knows my feelings of Jey Uso. I'm not gonna continue to beat a dead horse. Jimmy's stale because now he's become Jay's sidekick, and then it's like, oh, you suck too now. Um, and then there's Roman. Roman's Roman, but I do feel one thing. I feel that them being heels is forced. No one wants that. They already ran the heel course when they're during the pandemic, and then out of the pandemic. That's done. Make Roman a baby face. Make Jimmy. People want to yeet. Jesus Christ. People want to cheer for people wanted to cheer for Jacob the entire time he's worked there. Heel, baby face, nobody wanted to boo that man. So why are we going against the grain, WWE? When Roman's music hits, everyone stands up in the damn arena and they cheer and they throw up the ones. Why are we forcing a heel when he was a heel for 5 years and still the
I
most skillful person on the show?
Yeah, I feel like and I feel like Triple H has maybe said this before, where he's like, "There's no heel or baby face." Has he said something like that one of the press conferences?
Yeah, I feel that way too. I feel like they're going for a more sports oriented, like you cheer for your team.
Yeah, and so I think he's trying to present it as there's times they may do some, and this is me thinking. I'm thinking maybe it's like, oh, it's times where they could do some evil things with their humans and they fan favorites. So it's seeming like they behave in a way like that, where because Roman, he'll have a storyline where he is the baby face in his separate championship match storyline, but then in the side he's telling Jacob and Jimmy and Jay to do heel things. um
Yes.
and then you already know, while they're participating and also like planting seeds and developing their plot on SmackDown, he's not even involved, but it's Roman said. So it's kind of like he's trying to play both sides. He's a good guy, but he's also a bad guy. And when he's a good guy, we're not thinking about him being a bad guy. Cause like he came out after the Seth match, he came out without them. Um, so it's a weird thing when they try and play both sides. I feel like, and I get that if we're gonna do that with other people in the future, I'm okay with that if that's gonna be like a progression in wrestling. But if it's just we want the bloodline to be cool and we want them to be, and we also wanted them to be heels at the same time, then that's just kind of corny to me. But I don't think this is the spot for them. I think they should have been totally good guys right now. Like the whole Roman trying to bring people in and against their will. Like that's just not. He should be above that now. They should be a unified front. No weird inner beefs between the crew. Which they family. They as a family. These guys been feuding with each other more than anybody else on the roster. Like y'all supposed to be united. And at this point, the three of them should have been just as a front. Babyface is clear right now because you're at a level where it's really nowhere else to go for these guys as a group. So really, you just defending your titles and fighting whatever's coming. Because there is nowhere else for this to go. So trying to jump everybody to put them back in a group that they was already all in together at one point, like we've already seen all this. Like that's why I like seeing Raw with Jacob walking away. Like we've already seen all this. This has been done before. He didn't even want to be in a group. So him walking away and discuss makes is no surprise because he never wanted to be in the group. It's not drama. It's just common sense.
I mean, that's true. That's true. He got jumped in the group. Just like Solo evidently is going to be jumped in the group and will
Which
beat him.
that also shows the plot holes because Solo he lost the match and he was supposed to be in the group, but then he just beat them up. And Jacob's supposed to be this hardcore, street guy. If that was just the option to where you could just say no and beat everybody up, why wouldn't have Jacob already done
Yeah, I mean, I mean, and not only was there plot hole, Roman brought up the plot hole last night to say, "Hey, I beat you. You were supposed to join the group," and I was like, "Why are you bringing this up? We already know this. You're making it seem stupid. He should have been the first when you beat him. He should have been your right hand. He should have been your bodyguard again, like Jacob is right now."
And no disrespect to LA Knight, but Solo doesn't really care about LA Knight. He's had so many fights with him and stuff. So why was at the breaking point where he was so hurt about the idea of having to beat up LA Knight and he turned against his family to do it? Like I don't think
I
Solo
mean,
cares.
I definitely feel like that should have been Royce Keys, but since he got written off,
Yes, that
because
would have
he
made
was
sense.
legitimately hurt.
That would have been fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
he's hurt?
he's legitimately hurt. So yeah,
Didn't know.
yeah, I found that out last night. I was like, oh, he's legitimately hurt. Oh, okay.
Did he get hurt at SummerSlam?
Yeah, and that was just to write him off so he could not be there.
Somebody's like a we said he's too old. Somebody is.
But okay, so let's talk. I mean, if we're going to talk about age, everybody in the bloodline except Jacob and Solo is old.
You know what? You know, with me, I'm not a guy that's that big on it because coming up in the '90s, everybody was old, so it
I'm
doesn't.
not. I'm not going to say that. Rock was in his 20s in the 90s.
But wait a minute, that was a new Rock. That was a late '90s. The late '90s Rock. Yeah, Rock was young. That is true. But like when I'm talking about when I first came in, and then in the '80s, everybody looked old. So
Oh yeah,
even if
yeah.
they wasn't, yeah.
Well,
So
because we got to think Hogan wasn't in his 40s when he was peak Hogan. He's in his 30s, but he wasn't in his 40s. Peak Hogan.
yeah, and I guess that just people just looked old back then.
Yeah,
So
people just looked
yeah,
over.
you just assumed. But yeah, Rock did come in and he was young. But you also remember when Rock came in and when he became champ, he was always made a big deal that he was young. And it was such a new concept that they didn't even force the issue about him being young, but they did make like he's the youngest, like they wasn't even used to that idea. They still wasn't even cool about it. So they would bring it up, like when they would bring it up, they would make a big deal about it, but they didn't talk too much about it because being young and a wrestler wasn't didn't go hand in hand at that
No,
time.
no.
So that was
Paying the
something new.
dues. Paying dues.
Yeah, yeah.
Unlike Avery Styles, as people are saying.
Oh, that's a topic we should talk about. But I remember like a wrestler said like WWE when back in the day they wouldn't even look at you if you didn't have at least 10 years of work, wrestling in territories or something.
Yeah. And I mean, that's true. But that's where I think WCW had an advantage because of WCW, especially in the Bill Watts era, was who'd you know? And Jim Crockett, who'd you know? If you had a good trainer that was in the know, you could probably put the rocket on a guy. Not, not
Yeah.
not necessarily because look at so let's look at like people like Sting. Sting when he went to Sting, I wouldn't say actually no. Sting and the Ultimate Warrior were anomalies in both promotions. They were had limited runs, maybe only wrestling for about 2 years before they got their WWE and WCW push, one WA push. So those two were the exceptions. Sting's 10-year mark was in WCW, and he'd already been a multi-time WCW champion by the time he reached 10 years in the business. And then, of course, Ultimate Warrior, by the time he reached 10 years into the business, he was already WWF champion and out of the business as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it just depends, but but that was looks. Everybody had a look. Nowadays I don't think anybody has a specific look. I think Jacob had a unique look, especially compared to the rest of his family. He's the least clean cut person in
Yeah,
his
I was saying because he just looked like a dude off the streets. Like
yeah,
he looked like a dude. Like, all right, Roman and them look like wrestlers. He
yeah,
look like the dude that's gonna sell you fake tickets.
yeah. Our crack, whichever one. Hey, cool. I got this. I got
I
that
seen
work.
him on the Stephanie McMahon pod, and I seen him with the forces on with no socks, and I was like, this dude look like he lives in a halfway house.
Yes, yes. When he didn't have socks on, I was mad. I was like, "You dirty bastard." I was upset. I was like, "Why you wearing forces like you wearing boat shoes, bro? What's
Might as
wrong
well should have worn no shoes at all. Just go off Samoan, man. Go.
with you?" Just come in full gimmick. Ah! Stephanie would have been like, "I love it. I love it.
Oh, I'm
Yes."
sure she would have. I am all the way sure. She,
Have you
you
noticed that she
mentioned,
doesn't even
I was
call
about to
herself
say,
Stephanie? What were you saying?
what was you about to say about Stephanie?
I said she didn't even call herself Stephanie. She thinks she's cool. Steph McMahon. That's what it
Oh,
says.
really? Is that what
That's
you
the
referring
name.
to herself as?
It's what's your story with Steph McMahon, not Stephanie McMahon. Steph McMahon.
Because I've not paid attention to that. That's
I,
hilarious.
I noticed that for the uh on the Jacob on the Jacob podcast. I said, what? Why is this not saying the name of Stephanie? Why is her name Steph? When is she cool? Like I
Never
don't hate
been. I don't even know if she know. Well, she has to know, but there was like, and it still comes up, but there was like a whole meme
Oh, the
about
smile,
like,
the white woman,
yeah, yeah, but like it's just
speak
used about like
Spanish.
how white women like kind of like try to appropriate cultures and try to fit in, be cool, and it's a picture of her. It's a picture.
That's Stephanie. That's Stephanie. But Stephanie is she's just trying to be cool regardless. It doesn't matter what culture. Stephanie's not
True,
cool.
that is true. On every episode of that podcast, it looks like she's a billionaire white woman who is trying to feel or seem relatable. And I mean,
And that is her.
this
That's who
yeah, it
she
is
is.
her, so it's nothing wrong. It is legitimate who she is, but it is funny to watch in live action. It's.
With her, I think she has a motherly quality probably that Linda doesn't even have. Like she has a
Oh
built-in
yeah,
motherly
yeah, yeah.
quality, and she takes that in as cool. Like, Javon Evans relates to me. I am cool. 6'7". No, no, stop. No. He just looks at you as a mom. Looks at you as like a
Yeah,
mother
yeah,
figure,
yeah,
an auntie,
yeah.
a white auntie, but stop it. Stop it. You're not cool, honey. You're not cool. And it's okay not to be. I'm not cool. I'm okay with that. Dude, Jesus Christ. But I don't think she can accept it. The coolest person in our house is probably still Triple H.
Think so? You don't think the kids are cool?
Did you watch his daughter sing on
I
SummerSlam?
didn't. I seen people making fun of her, and I just kind of ignored it.
I wasn't gonna make fun of her, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I didn't even.
it wasn't
What
good.
night
Like
was that
she missed
on?
some notes. She missed some notes because I was watching it with a buddy of mine, and I was like, he's like, oh, he's like, because we were thinking the Star Spangled Banner, not God Bless America, and I was like, oh,
Mm,
so I was like, oh, she can't hit those notes. And then when they said after, because they didn't give her last name, they just said her first and middle name. They
that's
didn't say
weird.
her name. And then at the end, during the press conference, they said, how do you feel about your daughter up there singing? And then, of course, he praised her. He didn't say she did good. He said he was proud of her.
Did, do you think he had a fear that if they said her last name, that they was gonna boo?
Yes. Why is this Nepo baby over here singing? She had 3 singing lessons and now she on the stage. I think it was this. I think maybe they thought she was like one of those kids that won something.
Because Triple H, I believe he's very socially aware. Only because he reads everything on the internet, so he knows what the climate is like for him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he knows he's under fire every day. And I don't, and I have on a Triple H shirt as we speak. I don't blame him. He's my favorite living professional wrestler. Um,
Mm.
so I don't blame him for this. I feel like there's underlying stories, but that's just me.
I did want you brought him up. Avery Styles.
Mhm.
He's not helping out with the ring, man. How do you are you mad about that? How do you
I mean, I don't care. Okay, so I feel like it's a difference. So I do have an opinion on, on this. Not as strong as AJ's, but he's not my son, so therefore there's that. My opinion is if I'm a regular on the show, yes. But if you're paying
Yeah.
me specifically to fly out to you because you feel I'm a special attraction, I ain't doing nothing.
I think if you so here's my thing. I think if one, I think it's a non-story. Until AJ talked about it. That's what made it a story. If AJ never would have commented and responded, this story would have never even made a big deal. But like you said, they fly you they flown him out. Um I think if you was like, "Hey, we got the ring and everything, like, can you help us out?" I'm pretty sure he woulda did it. But also, I feel like they would just expected they regulars to do that. Not to say, like, he was gonna sit and watch and laugh or nothing, but, like, if he ain't never been a part of it, why would you have expected him to come and do all that? I don't, because it was a fan that pointed this out. I don't think it was nobody a part of the Fed that, was complaining, was it?
No. No, everybody from the I mean, even the other people like the Stevie Richards and the Dutch Mantels was like, why would he do it? He's a special attraction. Why would he do it? It doesn't make sense.
Which he isn't. He is, but he isn't. But
Well, I don't. No, he's not a special attraction, but he's the son of AJ Styles. So that I mean,
like,
that's
yeah. He's son of AJ Styles. That's the reason why you booked him. Um, and he's dressing up like AJ Styles. I get it, but I think here's the problem. I think because AJ Styles came out to one of his matches, I think that's always the allure. Like,
will AJ appear.
he did it before. He could do it again. We won't say he did, but people will buy tickets because they think he might. Like
Yeah,
one of those things.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If it was like a $20 ticket and there's a chance to see AJ Styles, I bet it.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, that's not a big deal. I mean, it hasn't like I haven't seen AJ. I've seen AJ since he was in TNA and in person, let alone WWE. We've all seen WWE AJ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, I get it. I feel like Avery Styles being on the show helped you more than him setting up chairs. It
Right.
helped.
No,
It
no,
helped
it
the
is
game.
true.
It helped the
Yeah.
game. So
There
he
was some
pulled.
people, yeah. He drew some people in.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
just because whether you just tuned in because the chance of seeing AJ, are you tuned in for the fact that people said that this kid is a natural? Let me see, let me get the experience if he really is a natural.
Is he good? Like I've seen some clips, but I haven't really watched a match.
I mean, I watched one on Twitter. It was shitty quality, but I mean, he has good timing. He's athletic. But good timing and athletic doesn't make you a natural professional wrestling. There's probably only, to me, there was only one true natural in professional wrestling, and it was Kurt Angle.
Mm.
Like he got it. He understood sell, pay down, timing, all this other stuff. That's what makes tell a story in the ring. You don't have to tell a story with your words. You tell a story with your body. That's a
Mm.
different thing. Not many people can do it. I give Roman Reigns. That's the reason Roman Reigns is, I would say, my favorite active guy because I feel like he can tell a story in the ring. So and there's like three. Like I feel like Roman Reigns, Pete Dunne, if you give him a chance, his match with Gunther and his match with Tyler Bate, chef kiss every time. Um, and then like MJF, if you want to talk
You
about
know how
like,
long ago those matches were?
I still watch him, but yes, I know.
I mean, I love them too. Don't get me wrong. I love them too.
I watched the UK the UK tournament for the UK championship, NXT UK
Me,
championship all the time. Just the entire tournament.
me
It's good.
back then, I thought. Oh man, Tyler Bates gonna be
The man.
huge. Yeah, it's not his fault. I don't blame him.
I know. Well, he is dating Sol Ruka, so I guess that's a win for him. He dated Liv Morgan. He ran
He
through
did.
the entire roster of the WWE. He's like Goldberg. Who's next?
So with that, it's wrestling, man. People, it's like school. People date around. It
I mean, I know. I know. Gunther left his wife for another one.
did it.
Ilya Dragunov did the same thing. He left his wife and his kid
Oh,
for an Asian prospect in NXT, and then she got fired. But he's still with us to this day.
I've seen him with her, but I know he left his wife for her. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you remember some of his old NXT promos, I left my wife and my kids to be here when he was going against Walter in NXT.
As a gentleman, I can't agree with that behavior. I would never leave my wife for anyone, but I'm willing to give her sister wives.
There you go. Well, you went on the record to say that you want a sister wife.
I don't
Hopefully,
think she'd agree with that, but
I
I'm
don't
just saying
think
what I
so.
want. What I want.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But if that does pan out for you, um, please have that second wedding live on Rope Breaker Wrestling Podcast.
Sure, why not?
People will show up, brother. We are on Twitch now, so they will definitely show up.
The only person I won't allow to watch is that guy that wanted us to powerbomb him. He's not
Oh
allowed
no.
to.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He posted some new pictures on his Facebook. I was gonna send it to you and Shahid. I said no.
Was he doing? Was he looking weird?
Oh no, he used AI to make him look pregnant.
Oh, oh, he's even weirder than we thought.
Yeah, yeah, that's when I was like, well, we dodged a bullet, but it was only $750. The drive to Atlanta would have cost that much. There's the thing. The internet, the internet in this podcast is taking me to some dark places that I don't want to go, brother. They there
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm not gonna. I don't think I would stop doing this because I do enjoy it. But I mean, not that part.
Yeah.
Not that part.
Powerbomb him for 800.
He wanted a power driver, not even a power bomb, and he wanted to make sure we were black. He said, make sure it's a black man." I was like, "Dude, no."
I feel like he there. I feel like in the situation he wasn't gonna be wearing clothes.
I think it was gonna be some oiled up stuff. Like, dude,
Yeah, yeah. I gotta pass on that, buddy.
I
He
mean,
lives in Atlanta. There for a shorter drive. I'm sure there's some people that do it for free.
I told him that. I was like, "Dude, you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah.
What's wrong with
That's
you?"
some.
He said they keep on wanting to play with me. I was like, "Oh, okay.
Mm. Well, I
It's
don't
time."
want to play with you at all, buddy. I don't want. Actually, I want a restraining order.
If it was local, we would definitely get a restraining order, but it wouldn't happen locally. It wouldn't happen locally because of OVW, and there's plenty of men that probably do those things to supplement their income that they're not getting from OVW.
There's one. I'll tell you off the.
God damn. Oh no.
No disrespect to anybody involved in that lifestyle and likes to oil themselves up and wrestle people, other men, and power drive them for $800. No disrespect. Hey, do what you want. Just don't proposition me to do that. I don't want to do it.
No, I don't. No, no. I'm gonna say no means no. Stranger danger, all those things that we are.
Also, future people sending messages to the pod. Um, Elderly and Piss reads it. He doesn't listen. We don't want any propositions from in any weird homoerotic type of scenario. We've had enough of them. We've met our quota. Please, no more.
One was enough. Even the women that have wanted the trains. I'm gonna say no. I mean, I can't speak for Mr. Wesley, and I
The
cannot speak
answer
for
is
Mr. Bob.
no, but I do welcome the request. The
Okay,
answer is no, but I please continue.
I will send them all his way. Best believe I will send them all his way, and yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm too old to run a train.
I
I'm
don't
too
know.
old to run a
I've been on some dark sides, some dark sides of the internet. There's some people much older than all of us that they're still in the game.
train. I'm not taking a honey pack to be in the game. I'm okay. I'm okay, brother. I'm okay. But let's get out of the nastiness zone, and I
Yeah,
want to
yes,
ask you.
definitely, definitely.
I want to ask you a question. Um, Watching Monday Night Raw, watching Friday Night SmackDown, Wednesday Night Dynamite, and all these other shows, I feel personally that. Now, I'm going to say this. This was one of the best in-ring Raws in a long time, but that was because the AAA team showed up and showed out. The Latinos, they showed up and showed out. Almost every match had a Latino flair to it,
Hmm.
except the Lyra Valkyria versus Sol Ruka, which
Was you
Lyra did.
feeling her new entrance?
This is well. See, I've seen it before because she wrestled Jada Parker on a main event.
Oh
Uh,
man, there was a lot of negativity about that match.
wasn't good, and it wasn't Lyra's fault, unfortunately.
Dude,
He
so a buddy of mine sent me a clip of just the ending, with Lara putting her in the submission, and he's like, "Man, why does WWE hate Jada Parker?" And I was like, "Man, I don't, in my head I'm like, it's main event, and I know how Vince booked main event. If he used an NXT person, he thought it didn't
they
matter, it
lose.
wouldn't affect him by the time they got to main roster. So I felt like they used that same philosophy. So I was like, it's not a big deal, should be all right. But then I watched more of the match, and I was like, I don't know, maybe it ain't that they hate her. Maybe
She needs to be
maybe
there.
she's saying.
She needs to be where she is. And I also feel that's the reason they put Natalia down there to work with her.
Mhm.
She did a program with Natalia and Carmen Petrovich, and
Does Shayna still work over there or what?
I don't think so. I think she's doing her own thing. I think she's just hitting the indie scene.
Because I thought she was
Snapping.
doing both. But I
I
knew
don't.
they said she didn't have a full time role, but they bring her in or.
They might bring her in to work with the girls sometimes, but I don't think her and Jada didn't. I think she worked with Lola a lot because they both have the martial arts background. Shout out to Lola Vice, who could probably make her NXT. I mean, her WWE main roster debut next week or this week or next week. It doesn't matter. She'll be up there sometime.
Hmm.
So I think that's good. But Jada needs to stay down there. I know people want her to be up there, but it's like what Booker T said: don't rush her because if you rush her, she's going to fail.
No, I feel that she's got the charisma, she's got the look. Um, I feel like the more I know about her personally, the more I don't like her. But
Yee.
I wouldn't even get into that part. That wasn't
I'm going to put it like this: she wrestles like the man who household she ruined.
that insecurity did look like she learned it from him, but
I know.
but you know what, man, wrestling wrestling is like doing Broadway with action, man. You ain't gonna get every line right. You're not gonna get every. So I want to give grace, but I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
say, man, it was ugly.
Oh, so I feel like they when they were both in NXT for the same time at the same time for a little bit, they were passing. I don't think they worked with each other before, so it was probably their first time working uh,
Hmm.
against each other. I think if it would have been like JC Jane and Jada, I think they've worked a couple of times. They would have been a better match. Um, but who
You remember
knows?
when Cody we was shitting on NXT
Yes,
and he
but that's
said,
that's jealousy.
he it was jealousy, but he said something though. He was like, he'll talk about, so and so having a 5-star match. He's like, well, when they sat there and practiced it for a month, it better be a 5-star match. Uh, do you think, and with NXT now, like maybe the people, like you said, people she works with, the matches they have, you know, it's such a comfort zone. Everybody knows each other that, and everybody has practiced so much. When you are out of that element, you exposed a little bit more.
I feel like Cody can't talk when it comes to that because everybody in his first run in the WWE had a million matches before they had their TV match. It was in a different city, but it was still the same match. House shows.
Yeah, you're right
House
about
shows
that
was the
one.
same thing. You know, I remember Bruce Pritchard talking about they were doing a best of Hulkamania, and it was Hulk Hogan versus Harley Race, and they had Hulk Hogan versus Harley Race twice on that tape. Same match, different city.
I think those days you definitely could got away with that because you do it in that city and just that city knows. But nowadays, people can recording parts of it. It's people definitely would have complained. Oh man, they're doing such and such on the indies, on the house shows every night. They would have. It doesn't have the so doing it. I guess doing it like that is I guess it's an advantage. They got an advantage. The past, the lack of technology, they had an advantage.
Yeah,
And then with NXT, since it's that it's so much the house shows, you're just doing it at the performance center. It's the same advantage.
yeah, and but they also, but even if you do it at the performance center, they still do a loop of house shows in Florida with for
Yeah.
NXT. You know, because it ain't no sense of just there's like three people in there and Matt Bloom
Have you
looking at
have
you.
you
And
have you seen those?
so I've seen some of them on clips. Yes.
Talk about high school gyms.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
they like they was at somebody's community center. What is that?
I mean, you still need to. Hey, they've had
They
remember,
do need it. I'm not.
they still need it.
I'm not. So I'm not laughing at NXT for doing that because that's I we've talked before. I think the old school Raw with the cheap metal rails
Yeah,
looks better than some of the stuff now. I think I'm joking at the fans that make a big deal of like, oh, where a certain indie show is or where certain AEW shows could be at. And it's like, dude, WWE's done this before too. Like, and NXT is
oh, yeah,
doing it now.
yeah, that's true. Well, I don't. I feel like when AEW is in those strange arenas where it doesn't look like they should have wrestling shows, that's the best AEW looks.
That's because they make the arena look cool. And
That's
like yeah, they make it look cool. They do stuff. Um, but I think like I've said so many times, people make think WWE is like synonymous with wrestling. So they think everything is supposed to look like this cookie cutter image of how Monday Night Raw looks. And if it's anything that's not that, then it's not up to par.
it's bootleg. But that's
Yeah.
why I feel like the best looking arena right now on weekly television is AAA. You,
Mm.
not just the fans, but it has a ramp where you can have a good walkout, but it's not super long like a WWE ramp, and it's not super short like a AEW ramp. It's somewhere in between.
Okay.
And then you see it, it's like there. Then you just see the wall of fans on both sides that are interactive. My issue with and not AEW in this in this scenario, but definitely in WWE main roster. Last night, the fans only cared about two segments: Obafemi and Braun Breaker, and Roman Reigns' bloodline with Solo and all the rest. They didn't care about nothing else. They liked seeing the moves, like when Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable. That was it. They cared about that because they cared about Rey Mysterio, not Chad Gable. Let's be honest.
Hey.
No, no, no. There's nothing. They all know the children love Rey Mysterio, and if you're old, you know who the hell he is. They want the casual fans, but the casual fans don't know who the new wrestlers are. The
Well,
casual,
that's your problem with catering to the casual fans. I was just watching. I was watching Spider Man,
Hmm.
and Spider Man was facing Bonesaw. Everybody in the arena knew Bonesaw, man. I want WWE to book like that, where it's catered to the hardcore fans, and like as when I was a kid. I know I was joking when I said the Spider Man thing, even though I did see it recently. But like as a
You also
kid,
know if Bonesaw was alive and he stepped into the WWE arena Monday Night Raw, everybody would cheer for the Macho Man Randy Savage.
of course, of course. But like when I was a kid and jumping into wrestling, it didn't feel like necessarily it was catering for me. And it may have, because because I see how it does now, but it didn't feel like it's like catering to me as a beginner. It was like I had to research and learn all this stuff that was going on. And nowadays it just feels like, all right, the Royal Rumble, there's 30, like, dude, we know, right? Why is everything feels like it's being spoon fed to you like you a kid? And it's just like I just felt like when I was a kid, I felt like I had to learn. Like I had to learn like why, like I because I didn't understand. I was like, why when somebody grabs the ropes, the pin stops? Like I had to learn these things.
Out of
And
bounds. Yep.
yeah, like I had, but nowadays, man, like it's just and the whole now the whole show is felt like it is it's catered to somebody new, and that's why you're in the situation to where only the most popular stuff gets the attention because um anything else is just
It's
anything
filler.
else. Yeah, yeah, like
Filler arcs. It's
and
like
everything
watching
isn't
Dragon
like
Ball.
that. Like when I was reading comics, and I really want to get back into it, like the editorials and stuff, like when I was jumping into the DC when they was doing the new 52,
Yeah.
the editorials wouldn't talk about Batman or Superman. They was talking about Blue Beetle. And they
Yeah.
was hyping it up every month. Like it's this is you gotta read it. I'm like, man, what is it? Like, but I learned like that stuff is already there. Like, but you need, and so like when the Roman stuff is already there, you should be using your other shows to hype up what's going on with Chad Gable, hype up what's going on with Lord Valkyria. Like, you gotta do that, and like, cause you'll turn on. Well, I don't watch main event anymore, but when I used to watch when they had it like when it was on TV, like like main event or even a SmackDown, they'll spend so much time hyping up what's going on Raw,
No, not at all. I
and
mean,
like
they don't have that much time. You got an hour. You better have some wrestling matches.
so yeah, like, but like, so what I'm saying is like the way that they do that, you should be spending time hyping up like what's going on in NXT, what's going on in AAA. Like when sometimes when something happens, like if somebody comes, they'll be like, oh, did you know he's AAA such and such? But like you should be like showing segments on Raw or showing like or having things where people talk and that would build up the interest and get people knowing like about this person, that person, instead of them popping up on Raw and you being like, oh, you know who this is? He's the like you should be treating this like could you say it's a universe?
Yeah.
Like if this is a whole universe, like everything should be treated like Roman was on Raw. Bray comes up, he said, I'm the GM of AAA. He's like, I do now. What it was
Yeah.
hilarious. Why would you do
Yeah.
that though?
Yeah. That was
Why would
that.
you
Yeah. That made me feel some type of way. I'm like, so you don't watch the show?
like it was hilarious, don't get me wrong, but that the wrong kind of hilarious. It was
No, it was laughing. It made first of all, it made everybody look minuscule. It made
yeah,
Roman
yeah.
like he just show up to beat up the people that he want to beat up, and then he go home. And it made Ray and Triple A seem like they didn't matter. Um,
Like Hollywood Hogan would say that. That's the only.
yeah, and that's fine, but that's his character. Like, who are you, brother? Rey Mysterio.
But Roman Reigns shouldn't be saying that,
No, no,
especially on
no.
Raw on Netflix. When
You're the flagship. He
he
said
should
you're
have
the
popped
flagship
up
to
and
keep people
said, "What's
coming.
hey Roman?" He's like, "Oh, I see you I see your general manager now." He should have said something like that. Yes, I see you
Yeah.
moving up. You're a corporate man now, or something like that. He could have still been in his character, but to acknowledge him without being what you do what I don't know.
Especially since Roman uses the phrase "Nothing happens around here without me."
All right.
He said that to CM Punk. Nothing happens around here without me knowing. So why is there an entire company in Mexico that is owned by the WWE where this man is a general manager? Did you not know? They didn't call you. They didn't give you a ring.
No, no, they didn't let him go.
Poor Roman. He was out of the loop on that one. It was just Ari Emanuel and the Undertaker and Conan. That's the only people that knew. That sucks for Roman. I guess you're out of the Rock probably knew. You know?
Yeah,
But I
but
feel
Rock's a wrestling guy though. You know, he
yeah. I mean, him in that New Japan shirt randomly had the
feel like he does feel like it. He knows WWE ain't gonna like it. He don't care.
he's a Rock. Let's put it like this. Granted, his movies might not be the biggest thing in the world, and a lot of things that he does might fall flat. Let's just be honest. But when he steps, when the Rock character is on television, WWE
Mhm.
ratings go up immediately. Everybody's happy.
He's got that nostalgia appeal that it does not matter what he has done in Hollywood. He's still the Rock, and he knows that. That's why anytime things is going bad, I can reset myself. Let me go over here because they gonna love me regardless over here. He knows that, but I feel like, and I know this is not necessarily a wrestling thing. I think if he had a different team around him, or not even just like move everybody, just some new people, like some new people in the team maybe, because it's not. I know people joke say he plays the same character and stuff. He's not necessarily a bad actor. I sometimes think it's just the roles he takes, and then maybe his attitude when he gets over there, you're like, hey man, you don't need to take over the franchise. Just be a part of it.
Just work there. Don't
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Like you ain't gotta take over, man. You just be there. Just be the Rock. Just be cool. Like it's just cool. Oh yeah, we got the GI Joe and the Rocks over here too. Oh for real. But he don't. You don't have to take over. You don't need to spin off. You don't need to do all that stuff.
I would say the only franchise that he touched correctly, and I didn't. That was messed up phrasing. But anyway, the only one that sounded like it was EDP. Um, but the only one that I think he did correctly was Doom. And when we think about how many years ago Doom was like 20 years ago, 20 plus
Hmm.
years ago. He was a villain in Doom by the end of the movie,
Was
and
he?
yeah, at the end of he died at the
I
end of
didn't
it.
watch it. I never. I didn't. I never played the game. Sorry.
I mean, I played the game because it came out at the peak of Windows 95.
I know it's
Uh,
a classic, but yeah, I've never played it.
and my kid, he loves the newer Doom. Um,
Okay.
so he plays it all the time. But no, I didn't have children when I saw Doom.
Didn't the Caliban shooters play Doom?
Yeah.
I remember being associated with them.
So I mean, that was the last time. But you got to think that was still the beginning of the infancy of his
Yeah.
Hollywood career. He was just now starting to, like, I guess I'll do action movies now. That was like his first one where he said, "I'll do an action movie. Screw it." Uh, you know, I'm a big guy. I'm going to embrace it. You know,
He did great in the Fast and Furious series. It's just the fact that when he did great, his character was received. It's just the part when he said, "I'm gonna take this shit over."
Hobbs and Shaw.
And they them as a clique, they had already had treated each other like a family. They got a what I'm saying. They had a whole bond, and he was like, "Fuck all that. I'm about
There,
to."
there was a dynamic there, and he said it didn't work for him, brother. It didn't work
When
for
he
him.
could have just hung out with them, been cool with them, like he does with Kevin Hart. He could have, nah, man,
Okay,
I'm
but
about to
but
do.
let's be honest, and who is a bit better businessman, Kevin Hart or The Rock?
I don't think that's an easy answer to be all the way real with you, because I think they both good businessmen.
I mean, I think they're both good, but I think Kevin does more stuff behind the scenes than The Rock does.
Okay,
That's
because I'm just thinking, because Rock, when you say businessman, like I'm thinking Rock got his partnerships. I mean, it ended, but he had partnership with Under Armour. He got the fragrance line.
yeah,
I might give the edge to Kevin Hart, but I won't I'll say Rock is pretty, and it's because his wife is with him. He's got a good
yeah,
team. He's got a good team with him.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'll give the edge to Kevin, but I won't say The Rock is a slouch or anything when it comes to doing business. I'll say
I don't
that.
think he blows him out the water. I'm not saying that, but I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Rock is known as a guy to take over, and Kevin is known as a guy to work with you.
Okay, that is different. Kevin Hart does good business, and he brings a whole bunch of people in with him, like the Comedy Network.
Mhm.
He's got comedians doing specials on there. Yeah, when it comes to that part, I definitely give Kevin an edge. Yeah, yeah.
I think more people would want to work with him. That now, if The Rock was like, "Hey, Rope Break, I want to buy you guys. Fuck it, here, Rock, we'll go. As long as we can still be here somewhere." You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you and Shahid would say yes as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Rock, I always knew you could beat Superman. I always.
you would totally renege your entire argument of why you don't fuck with Dwayne Johnson on that level. But no, I mean, I just think that when it comes to The Rock, he's a I think if anybody's going to end this bloodline stuff, I think it's The Rock. I think they'll have a match. Um, Bloodline rules at WrestleMania. If I win,
If his body can handle it, he's gonna get that Saudi check.
oh yeah, I mean, I think his body can handle it. Looks like he gained a little bit more size when he got that Disney award. Anyway, looks like he was a little bigger
Okay.
when, when he was singing to Simone.
Yeah,
Also,
that was cute.
she looked embarrassed.
A girl liked it though.
I mean, but you have to think. I think her girl is far more flamboyant. That's the reason she was a better wrestler than Simone uh,
Mm.
was in the first place. Because she's just more flamboyant, more of a character as a
Yeah,
human
yeah.
being. Simone just likes to go to Louder Than Life and rock out and ride her horse. That's her life.
I mean, ain't wrong with it, I guess.
I mean, if you grew up a rich girl,
Yeah, you go rich. I mean, you don't, you good.
she's grew up a rich girl her whole life. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not bad at her. I mean, there's just some people that might not be meant to be wrestlers because they were rich their whole life. I don't think any of Triple H's children could be a wrestler.
What about Shane's son?
Maybe because he was in football. Sports
Just the way
change.
he talks, he sounds like an asshole. I was like, he could.
He could, yeah. But I think
Yeah.
sports change you. Sports change you when you're in a toxic environment. Because listen, I think anybody who's been on the sports team, it's a toxic environment. Where you have your
Yeah.
ego has to lead first. Your ego has to lead first. You have to walk in like, yeah, motherfucker, I can do it. Even if you goddamn well know in your heart you cannot do this. You up here like, nope, can't do it, but I'm gonna tell them I can. Yep. When you have to have that mindset. So, and that's a wrestling mindset. The baddest man on the planet in one moment in the wrestling space was Terry Gene Bollea. Terry Gene Bollea immediately was scared to death of Hall and Nash and was going to stab him because he didn't know how it was going to be. Because he knew he couldn't whoop him. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't the toughest guy in the world. Um,
How much of that do you think Hogan's just?
BS.
Yeah,
I mean, Nash said it. It wasn't Hollywood.
like the time where it was like Hogan wasn't sure if he was gonna be the third man. And he was unsure backstage. It's like I don't know, man.
I mean, it was Hogan when he said, "I wasn't sure if Andre was gonna beat me, brother," and he
Oh,
knew.
he did. Yeah, yeah.
And Vince is like, "We always knew Andre was going to do business because he's a businessman, and we're friends." Like,
And he's never had that issue with anybody in WWF. He never. It was never a time.
he never had that issue with Hogan because he let Hogan slam him when he was young, all the
Also,
time.
he had already done it.
Yeah, he slammed him in a he slammed him in a football field. I forgot what field it was, but no, Wrigley Field. He slammed him at Wrigley Field, so it was a baseball field, baseball stadium. He slammed him in the middle of the
But
ring.
when you tell these type of stories, look at them, man. These stories have been living for 40 years. So you know.
I mean, I mean, it depends on who know who believes it. Because a buddy of mine, he's like Hogan slammed him for the first time. I said, no, it's not the first. It's not even the first time. Like the first time is on like one of those Hulk Hogan DVDs. Like the first time is on there, but it's like young 29-year-old Hulk Hogan, and Andre was like maybe 50 or 60 pounds lighter. But the slam looked more impressive when he did it the first time because he had him up like this for a little while, just like
Oh,
ah.
really?
And then he went,
Nice,
then he
nice.
slammed him. It was more impressive then. Um, but Hogan had more hair. Andre had more. Everybody had more hair in the whole match. Andre had on his little underwear. He didn't have on the singlet, so it was a totally different deal. And of course, Hogan was heel and Andre was babyface. The entire dynamic was different. But
Okay. That's why he held him then.
yeah, he was just showing I'm strong, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
He ain't nothing, boy. When he was the Incredible Hulk Hogan, not before he became immortal, his immortality was given to him by slamming Andre. He was just
Okay.
incredible, dude. I mean, that's the story. Like he became immortal because he slammed Andre, and he was just incredible. And then, of course, because Incredible Hulk, as we understand.
Oh yeah, you couldn't run with that after when you yeah during the 80s that lawsuit would have been crazy.
No, no, no. He was paying for it the entire time.
Oh, was he?
Yes, he was paying for it. He was paying for it until his last WWF run. I'm talking about the last one. Like then he bought
Even
it.
when he was just even when he dropped that and he was the immortal Hulk Hogan, just having that Hulk, he still had to pay for it.
The name Hulk he had to pay for.
I would have kept Incredible then. I would have kept it. If I'm already paying you, all right, I'm keeping it. I'm gonna.
The only time he stopped paying was when he became Hollywood, and that's the reason you never saw. That's the reason you never saw Hollywood Hulk Hogan written
I
down. You
will
just saw
Hogan.
Hollywood
I
Hogan.
agree.
That was the
Gotcha.
reason. So he was like, I ain't gonna pay for it for right now. But when he became Hulk Hogan again, it was you gotta start paying again. Until he
Mm.
bought it himself. But I think that
Okay. Cool.
now he owns Hulk Hogan. He owns that.
I-
Well, the estate owns it. Whoever Nick owns Hulk Hogan.
Probably Nick.
Nick, or the ex-wife, one of the two. She's
I don't think
disappeared.
she owns anything. She's been crying too much to be. I think if she was given some money, she would have. She wouldn't be looking so crazy.
I think now looking at that as you said that, I think that's why Brooke was like, I ain't gonna even mess with it because he probably gave most of his money to his children, half Nick, half Brooke, and you get a little bit of
I
money.
thought Brooke gave up her
Brooke did,
rights to yeah,
and I think all that went to Nick.
and then it seemed like she got buyer's remorse or something.
I mean, I wouldn't
I
even
guess that's
say
not.
that. I think I think she does. I think Linda has divorce remorse.
Oh yeah,
um, I think a lot of people got remorse when it comes to
at
Hogan's.
least she had that before he died though. At least she didn't like make up. You know what I'm saying? She had that before he
Yeah,
died.
yeah. I mean, no, yeah, that's true. I think that's true. When you watch that documentary, you can tell she still loves Hulk Hogan, and you can tell even he said, man, the happiest part of my life was when I was with my family, all of them, including Linda. He had divorce remorse too, though, brother.
Yeah, yeah,
I guess if you spend most of your poor years and your rich
yeah.
years with one person, and you start a family with them, it's a totally different story. You know what I'm saying? It isn't like they divorced after like 2 or 3 years. It was like, you know, we got adult children now. Let's leave. But poor Hogan, poor Hogan, poor Hogan. I do have a question for you though, brother. So everybody was talking about this. This came up on the internet. The fan that said, "Sasha, we miss you. Sasha, we love you," during the Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Monet beatdown. How do you feel about that? Do you think fans should just embrace that Sasha Banks is gone and that Mercedes Monet is here to stay?
Like, was they intending to like say that like on purpose or be like disrespectful or I
They,
didn't
I
even
think,
see it.
well, it was Sasha. You love Sasha. We love you. Sasha, come back. We miss you.
Um, so I feel like that's silly because if anything, um, I feel like she's less likely to go back than Bailey is to come there and join her.
So you don't think Bailey's going to leave the WWE?
No, I think she is. That's
Oh,
why
you think?
I thought it was funny for her somebody to say it to Sasha when like it seemed like the situation is Bailey's more likely to join her than Sasha is to come back and join.
Yeah,
Which I see. That's the story I did see about Bailey. I think she did something and she had some song that said like all in or something on it.
yeah, yeah. She had
Yeah,
an all-in
yeah.
song.
But I think when it comes to fans saying stuff like that to Sasha, Sasha is having the time of her life. That like there's absolutely no reason for her to even consider a WWE run right now. Um, One, if she goes, the roster's already like it's 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 too much stuff going on. Like there's no room for her to really do anything. And if she did, then somebody say she took somebody's spot or something. You know what I'm saying? Like she's having the time of her life. What reason would she need to leave for?
I, I agree with you. I also agree if she came in, she would be a top star regardless because people would miss her. Not like, granted, I feel like they could put Paige as a top star right now because people miss Paige. They could do a
I don't.
singles.
I don't.
Okay, you don't, but I think Soraya.
You think so? I think I don't know, man. I don't. Here's so I was looking at
She's
maybe
younger
you
than a
might.
lot of the girls. She's only
She is.
34.
She is. She's young, but she's not old like in age, but she's old like in other ways
Played
in the
out.
sense of like yeah, you played out and even work, man. You've seen them girls, man. Who is she just feuding with?
She was feuding with
Um,
Fatal Influence,
Fatal
Fallon
Influence.
Henley, and
They got
Jason Wayne,
somebody that
maybe
that looks like a new you, and they got
JC J.
yes, and then the
I would technically say
what's
the new Soraya is Rhea Ripley.
she is, but I say JC Jane because JC Jane just came in from NXT, like how Paige did at Mania after the Raw after Mania, like, and she has that similar look. But yes, it would be Rhea, and Rhea's surpassed you, far surpassed you. And
Yes,
I don't, and listen, I'm not saying this disrespect because when Paige came in, Paige was ahead of everybody in of all her peers. It's just life, injuries, and not just injuries, but also recreational activities. All that stuff played a role in stunting her growth as a wrestler, even though she's so young. She's back, she's healthy, but now like these new kids, man, these new kids got you looking like you old. They do.
with her and the
And
new
then
kids, I'm gonna say this. I truly believe that Paige needed Xavier Woods to get a good jump start.
dude,
And
I think that's just something you want.
no, you telling me if she came out rubbing baby oil on this man and him in his short little tights and his little braid with his little curl in his hair, it wouldn't get major heat.
Don't know. Maybe. Yeah, you get heat. No, 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 it would get heat. I just don't know.
Him and Chad Gable should be feuding for the title right now. With her rubbing
I ain't mad
oil
at
on
that.
him cutting promos. I think because
But
just
also,
for the dynamic.
I do think you forget that he's a married man. I don't think his wife gonna want him to have any on screen interaction with that girl.
I mean, we can talk about married people in WWE. Maxine Dupree, Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio,
No, no, no. It's nothing wrong with like I'm not saying like you're married
Austin
around
Theory.
like yeah, like wait a minute, Austin's married?
He got a fiance there, and so does Liv. They both got fiancés.
No,
I,
okay.
but we all know that Maxine is married to an
But that's
entire.
not the same. Like we this man was doing some shenanigans, man. Thomas and friends.
I, I
It's
put it
it's,
like
it's a
this.
different situation.
But I agree. But I think if the WWE paid for a Team Extreme reunion, Matt Hardy's ass would be there with Lita.
I think you want to be, but anytime the subjects come up, um,
Rebby doesn't like it.
yeah, Rabbi shoots that down. She shut that down. She definitely shoots it down on social media. I mean, yeah, if the check came, I think he would try because he ain't he ain't thinking nothing about that girl no more. But
I don't think that. I mean, I think she would work with CM Punk. I don't think AJ would be like, "Oh, we're gonna have to kill her."
ooh,
I mean, Lita. I think she'd work with CM Punk.
Oh well, yeah, but that that's AJ knows what she got into. CM Punk, we talk about going through people. CM Punk was out.
CM,
You know,
CM Punk was out there too.
she just got to deal with that.
CM Punk was out there. I mean, I'm just saying AJ. I don't think AJ would be mad if if CM Punk was. I don't think Beth would be mad if Lita and Adam Copeland were together. In a match.
No, Beth wouldn't care, but I think Xavier's wife would care.
She
I can
might,
be
but
wrong.
she might. I mean, I mean, speaking of Xavier, let's get off his extracurricular activities. Do you want to see him swerve in Kofi?
No,
I
no.
don't either. I don't either. I know some
Uh,
people do.
I wouldn't
Never.
mind it if it happened down the line, but I don't want it I don't want that to be their debut. I don't want.
I'm going to say this, and I know
You know me, I'm a Kofi fan. I just want at least one solo run of Kofi, man.
you want
I
Kofi
wanted him
versus
to come. I
Fox.
wanted him to at least come at Mania with Daniel Bryan. I wanted him to come out to SOS. Um, but it is what it is.
I mean, there's so many people I want to. I put it like this: if New Day / Daylight, whatever their name going to be,
Mhm.
Austin Creed and Kofi, whatever KMS, whatever the fuck he came up with for his name.
I think that's his government name.
That's his real name,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but Kofi and Austin. I'm just gonna call him Kofi and Austin because that's their real names anyway.
Yeah,
If Kofi
yeah.
if Kofi and Austin team up with Swerve Strickland and they become a faction, and I assume they'll win the trios championship because you're not gonna bring in two major stars like probably the most recognized tag team other than the Usos in the past 10 years, past decade, most recognized tag team in wrestling. Even more recognized than the Young Bucks is New Day. Um, you bring them in, and they're not going to lose. But here's my issue, and we have a lot of African American groups in AEW. We have Shane Taylor's Promotions. We have the Hurt Syndicate. We have we have Ricochet with his Samoans. Why do we need another group of people? We have the Elite, just groups in general. We have the Death Riders. Why does it look like it's prison?
You
Like, oh,
know, MVP said something about this when they was talking about, why does everybody want to keep trying to make a new nation of domination? And it's like, why you always want to put the black people together in one
group.
nation? And everybody, when he said it, a lot of people was like, yeah, he's right, he's right. And then as soon as this happened, as soon as Swerve come back, people start photoshopping pictures of him with New Day. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I thought we were against this. Why are we going for?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't listen. I don't mind if they do form a team at one point, but it don't need to be soon as they get there. It don't. Like if they do want to have
No,
like a third person with them, like I don't care, but like let them have a run, just the two of them for a minute.
they shouldn't do this now at all. So why are we doing this when we could have ENC versus Edge and Christian or Cope and Cage, whatever you want to call them, versus the New Day, which is a match we never got because the other two were already retired by the time the New Day became anything.
You
And
know,
then
thing with the Bucks.
I mean, down the line, I'm pretty sure the Bucks are going to win at Wembley, but shouldn't I mean don't come in and get a tag team title shot the first night either. Uh, that diminishes the tag team division. You've never wrestled here because you've wrestled in the WWE your entire run as a tag team. You've been a tag team longer than this company has existed.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, they need to come in, beat some people. I feel like AEW was meant to have a good tag team division, and now their tag team division is garbage. We have Brodino, which Brody King and Bandino, it doesn't make sense, by the way. Um, and then they have the Rascals, but the Rascals usually does like trios matches. And if you're going to make anybody the trios champion, it should be the Rascals. They're a legitimate group, you know. But now they're tagging them with Leo Rush, which I love Leo, but why are you tagging them with Leo Rush?
Why is
Because
Leo tag? Why is it? Why is Leo tagging around with that leech? How about that?
Shashi
Every time
Blackheart,
somebody, every time somebody's hot on the Indies, man, here she come. I'm sick
Shotzi,
of it. I'm sick
Shotzi,
of it, man.
look, Shotzi's trying to get a job somewhere.
I see. I see. It's just like, man, every time somebody's hot, here you come.
I mean, they can say no.
They could. So she don't deserve. I guess
Leo blessed her with his gimmick. He gave her the gimmick
why though? Why?
because her name is Blackheart.
You know, um, you know, Cross did it. He got his wife with him, and then they got to split the check with you three ways, and they didn't even need you. They were just doing you a favor. Mike
True.
Cardona put you over, man. What are we doing?
There's so many things that happen with her. I don't get. I don't get. She should have been the king of the Indies, the indie god, because when he left, he gave it to her. She's not the
Didn't
indie god.
happen.
It didn't happen. And she was having good matches, hardcore matches, crazy matches, just like him. But the thing is, this is what you did before you got to the WWE. He never did stuff like that. So he was looked at differently. Uh, he was a semi-major star, not like a big star, but he was a semi-major star. When you heard radio, he got a pop. You knew who Zack Ryder
And
was.
if handled correctly, he would have been a major star. He had that moment where
Oh, he should have been. Yes.
that they self sabotaged because they're just a weird company.
Remember, you can't get yourself over on your own
And you
platform.
know what? I still thought they was gonna make things right when Kane threw him off the wheelchair. I thought like, okay, he's got a WrestleMania match with Kane coming. No, no.
Should have, should have, but didn't happen because it's just Vince didn't. Vince Triple H, I would say as well. Now, granted, I was happy that he got a match with Gunther. It was a squash match, but he got a match with Gunther.
Yeah.
Probably his most Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, his most prestigious match he's had since he's been back on the roster. I
He
know
had
he
a
had.
he had a backstage segment afterwards too, so maybe they're
Yeah,
not totally done with him.
I mean, I hope not. Granted, I don't. If he got a good U.S. title run, him and Baron Corbin, because I don't see Trick staying in the Intercontinental. I mean, in the U.S. title picture too much longer. Because the next show coming up, the big show, not this Sunday night's main event, is Money in the Bank. I see Trick winning Money in the Bank.
I ain't mad at that.
I think it would be a good way to push him and make him into a good star. You don't have to, because people want to see him. Him beating whoever the WWE champion is, whether it's CM
I don't
Punk.
think he's ready, but uh, I mean, whatever.
I mean, so let's be honest. Was The Rock ready the first time he won the WWF championship?
Oh, I guess my eyes as a kid, I assume so because him and Austin, him and Austin and him and Triple H, those intercontinental title feuds, that was hot for all three of them. So when
Yeah,
they moved up, it felt natural for all three of them.
I say that.
It felt so.
I agree, but also look who they wrestled. Triple H has been wrestling for about 10 years by that point.
Mhm.
Um, The Rock only like 2, 3, right? And some of that was injury time because he hurt his leg.
Mhm.
Can't really wrestle when you're hurt. Um, then we look at Austin. Austin wrestled. Austin was a territory guy. Austin was wrestling in Texas and Memphis. Not that The Rock didn't wrestle in Memphis because he did at Slex Savannah. I remember. I was there. I saw him in Louisville Gardens. But if you look at the time that they all wrestled, The Rock, they made sure that The Rock wrestled good people. He wrestled Mick Foley a ton of times the first time he was WWF champion. Mick Foley was Cactus Jack was Cactus Jack was a jobber in the 80s. So you know what I'm saying? Mick
Hmm.
was a jobber 10 years before that. Then he went to Japan and then he came back and then he went to Mexico. Like Mick was already, I know a lot of people. I know if Shaheed was here, he would say he's a bona fide stunt man. That doesn't mean he couldn't wrestle. It's just wrestling didn't make him money. And he made The Rock look like a millionaire. The Rock was wrestled people like The Undertaker. Undertaker was a veteran by then. He wasn't a slouch in the ring. I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like The Rock was just placed to wrestle people that they knew that could hide his flaws. They can do the same thing.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. It's just I guess with Trick, it's just there's things that I feel like he should have got better at before he even come. I feel like he should have got a new finisher before he came to the main roster. That's one. Um, but he's hot. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, like I'm not mad at him getting the briefcase. But do I think he should be pinning Roman or CM Punk for a championship? No. But if they do it, he's hot. I ain't mad at them for doing it. I do hope some changes come with them in the process.
I mean, when you talk about finishers, I think there's just certain they came up with that at NXT. But let's talk. But if you want to talk about finishers, Jordan Grace has changed her finisher 3 times.
It's because first of all, Samoa Joe broke somebody's neck with
But the Muscle
that
Buster
muscle
wasn't her
buster.
the Muscle Buster wasn't her finisher. The Grace Driver was.
It wasn't?
The Juggernaut Driver was her finisher. That was the setup for the finish. The Penta
Okay.
Driver, which is called the Penta Driver now, was her finish. When it was the Juggernaut Driver, or the Grace Driver, whichever one you choose. But that was her finish. Now she does like a spinning rack power bomb move as her finish.
How come she
Uh,
keep coming up with better finishers than Trick?
I mean, she does have a better physique than Trick. Not that Trick's physique is shit, but she has a better physique than Trick.
You say that, and maybe you might be on something, but I miss Chubby Grace, man. I miss Chubby Jordan. She
A short,
that
chubby
like I
girl.
said,
She would have never got signed by the WWE if she was still short, chubby girl, Jordan.
that's true. That's true. That is true. But I don't know. Just what I preferred, man. I was a fan from those days.
I get it. I get it.
I'm still on board. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, there's so many
It's
people that I think Jordan will be released. You'll see her in TNA.
I can see it, but I also feel like it just depends. I feel like if she do get another shot, like on like like I feel like with the women, they do waves of like rotating talent. If she can get back in gear and get another shot and do something before cuts come or her contract ends, then I think she got enough time to put some reinvestment into us. Do she done passed, she survived the cuts. So I feel like, been depending on what her contract is looking like, I feel like she got enough time for somebody to write something for her to get back in gear and turn things around. I believe that.
I agree. I agree. Um, I feel like once they actually pull the trigger on Blake Monroe, they'll bring up Jordan Grace because they had great matches in NXT. Um, I want them to pull the trigger on Blake Monroe. I figured when Chelsea got hurt, that would be the reason, that would be the time to pull the trigger on Blake Monroe. Not that I want Chelsea not to have
Chelsea
the
Chelsea
title.
ain't going home. Chelsea is.
I know, and I'm okay with that. I feel like her first match needs to be against Blake though, and Blake needs to go
Chelsea.
over Chelsea.
Come on, man.
No,
Come
no, I
on.
love Chelsea. I love Chelsea from TNA to Lucha Underground to all the stuff that she's done to the Indies when she was with Matt. When she came to the WWE the first time, because she was still the hot mess when she was running around with Robert Stone in NXT. I love Chelsea.
What's up, with Robert Stone? By the way,
He's just the general man. He took Simone Johnson's spot. That's what's up with Robert Stone.
No, because when he came, I was like, all right, I'm not like, why is he a manager? And then then he won me over. I'm like, oh, he's pretty good at this. I'm like, he's gonna be great on the main roster. And then it's like, oh, you just a resident NXT guy.
Maybe he doesn't want to leave Florida.
It could be that.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
mean,
also was like, why is he not wrestling? And then I seen him tweet somebody said he was tired of taking bumps or something like that. It was something. I was like, that's what
he
you
can
do.
say that, but he had multiple wrestling matches in TNA
He
during the
had
war.
some NXT, didn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
in NXT it was all squash matches. In TNA he wrestled because they called him. They were like Robbie E. You know, they were talking about his past ventures in TNA, that he was a tag team champion and all this other stuff.
I had him working both jobs at one point. I was like, man,
I mean, I'm not mad at him. He's an amazing talent. I think he would do good, but I know he's a smaller guy. But I think there's room for smaller guys. WWE's Raw last night was I feel like a pilot episode for AAA to get a TV deal.
I can see that.
And I think we're going to have another one in 2 weeks after Roman Reigns versus Penta. That's what I'm predicting anyway is going to happen. But I think that's room for the smaller guys, including Robert Stone, Robbie E. If he doesn't want to take a bunk, I understand. But if you want to prove you can wrestle, let's run it back. Zima Ion versus Robbie E. On
He's general
AAA.
manager now, man. He ain't gotta get his hands dirty no
We
more.
can have Robbie E versus Rey Mysterio. Everybody's a general manager in the whole match. Versus Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce.
Yeah, I was say just throw in Nick and Adam. 'Cause I was,
We can well, Nick is going over that time. He ain't losing again. Somebody's tapping out. All these old men, he ain't gonna let all these old men beat him on. Fuck it. Younger than half the roster, but you ain't wrestling. And bigger and in better shape than most of the roster in general. The entire roster. You know, I'm gonna say it. He's in better shape than Obafemi.
Nick.
Yes.
I guess I ain't paid attention. Is Oba not? I thought he
Over
was in good
fluff.
shape.
Over fluff, man. Over strong. Over fluff.
Okay.
Hey, Oba ain't seen an ab since Africa. He ain't seen an ab since Nigeria. That's because he couldn't.
Wasn't he a kid in Nigeria?
No. He came over. He lived in Nigeria until he was a teenager.
I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought he spent all his years in America.
College got him over here
Okay.
because he
For
was
some
good.
reason, I thought he moved as a small child or something.
No. If
I
he
guess
asked,
from his voice, it's just like, oh, okay.
his real voice. Oh, that was. If people truly want to sound non-foreign, that's the reason he can sound like Obafemi the entire time is because that's what he used to sound like. But when he's his normal self, I think he chose to sound that way so he would assimilate better.
Okay.
You know, being an exchange student, because that's what he was. He was an exchange student. That's how he got, and then he got his scholarship for shot put. That's it. That's what got him in America.
Okay.
So college got him in America, being good, but he didn't live there his whole life. His family still lives in Nigeria. He had to live with somebody.
Oh, I didn't see it. No, I don't know. For some reason, I thought he North Dakota.
North Dakota was the dorms. Mama still cooking fufu in a hut somewhere. What you mean?
Hopefully, that's still in the hut, man. He got a WrestleMania check, man. He can get her a Pizza Hut, man.
I mean, he can get. She still want her fufu in a hut. Okay, we are not leaving our village. We lived here our whole life. Who? We just get the TV for us. Who? You know, that's what happens. Ain't nothing wrong with Obafemi. He's just trying to live his best life. Just like
and
the
he's
hero
doing
Donald
so.
Trump. Yep.
Oh my god.
That was out of his mouth, not mine. It's out of his
Oda
mouth.
Fleming, Jada Parker. I'm 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 looking at them, man. One eye open, looking at both of them, man.
But okay, so let's Jada's mixed and he's foreign. So I look at them and I don't and I look at them, I don't give them grace. I just expect it from them.
Mm. Well, and I guess, and maybe because maybe I was being a mark. From the character she presented herself as, I didn't. I looked past the Miss thing and was just like, oh, this is you. But then I've seen her do some interviews, and then I see her talk on Twitter about certain subjects, and it's like, oh, okay, I see where you at.
But you also need to understand that just means Jay thinks the same way. So we already know Roman does.
Hmm. Hmm.
So so that just means the bloodline. Maybe not Jacob.
I don't know if Jimmy and Jay's like that.
Okay, so but would you as a man, I know where you stand politically, would you date someone that was on the other side?
Oh, you know what? I had for some reason that wasn't even on my mind about them dating. Man. So
Because I
some
couldn't.
men,
I'm telling you I couldn't. Like me as
I couldn't, but I do know some men, especially when because you brought about being mixed. I knew when some men get messed with like Caucasian women, they don't think. See, they
true.
don't think about that from her, or they don't think about that from her family. Well, because they'll align. They don't care.
We no, we if we okay, so we if we date a mixed girl, like Jay is dating a mixed girl, every time I see a mixed person, I just see a black person that's like, doesn't matter who you are. I give you the Caucasian view of when a Caucasian person sees a mixed person. That's just a light skinned black person.
But for me, nah, we'd have to line politically. We have to. And if she's white, she's got to be annoying liberal white.
Yeah.
She's got to wear the gold medallion on Black History Month. She got to.
She up here in a full dashiki, throwing up
Just for
the
yeah.
throwing up the it's ready, throwing up the fist, talking about black power.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
suppress my people. You are white, honey. Stop. 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 You gonna get shot before me.
It may be not so cartoony, but like really, we have to align. Like we just have
I
to,
get it.
because you
Yeah.
live with this person. You got a family with this person. Like we can't,
Oh, agreed.
we gotta align.
I agree. I agree. So that's the reason I'm not sure how everybody else feels. I mean, but granted, let's be honest. Everybody, the next bloodline are all black people.
They
If there's,
are. I be
I
seeing
mean,
they family get-togethers, and it don't be one or two. It'd be
a
a
lot of
bunch of
black.
little black kids. It'd be
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, they all have black
and they
wives.
and they welcome in the family and all that stuff. So that's great.
I mean, they all have black wives. Jimmy's first wife was black. Jimmy's next wife is obviously Naomi. She's black. Uh, Jay's son is Jay's first wife. Jay's wife. They're edging to divorce, but she's black. Roman
Yeah,
Reigns. We know Roman's wife's black.
yeah, yeah.
Solo's wife's black. So I mean, the bloodlines of black kids. The next up. Obviously Jacob.
Solo's wife looked like he met her in high school or something. She like a
Yeah, I mean he did. He
yeah.
met her. He met her.
Okay.
But Jimmy, Jay, Roman, they all met their wives in school. All of them.
I don't know. Like Romans look like possible. They got that model-ish like look to her,
Yeah.
but Souls look like it's somebody he knew before he was famous.
I mean, he did. He did. But that was the Usos. They knew their wife before they were famous too. I think it's just a family thing. You find a woman
Yeah,
get
yeah,
caught,
yeah.
get her pregnant. That's what we do. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying, Oos? Yeah, we're gonna knock her up, Oos. We're gonna marry her, Oos. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Oos.
that's a lot of people though. That's a lot of people.
Is that you, sir?
High school, yeah,
That you was okay. That's what I'm saying. I was saying. I was like, hey,
Yeah,
I know it's true. Boy Meets World is real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
You get your Topanga and you just stay with her. So nothing wrong with that. I mean, Jay didn't stay with her though. Jay said, "Screw you, Topanga. I got me a new one." Yee, because I'm a YN now. Yee.
We'll probably hear the story, man. We'll probably.
Jay thinks I tell Jay
I
thinks he's a
they probably
YN.
was. They probably was on the rocks. I don't.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I knew something was up, not because those photos, but just because he stopped bringing his son to the shows, and
Mm,
it was right after we saw him bring his son to Royal Rumble,
to Rum Rumble, yeah.
and but he was bringing it, and he brought him to WrestleMania, but he was bringing him everywhere. There was a whole documentary that him, his son, and Jacob were just all rooming together. They were all hanging out.
Mm.
You know, they were doing their thing. Obviously, if Jimmy's on tour, his wife's gonna be there, so he's gonna be with his wife. But Jay was hanging out with the family. But that stopped. Jacob's wife said you can't hang out with him no more because you're gonna have the same ideas. We ain't gonna have you over here diddling Carmen Petrovich or nothing like that. You're gonna have to stay at home.
Nah, man. I think Jimmy and Jacob, they family men, man. They
Jimmy will die if he leaves Naomi.
Jacob especially because that's the first thing he talking about interviews. My wife,
Yeah.
my wife.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he's a my wife. My wife, my wife,
Yeah,
my wife, my
yeah,
man, my
yeah,
man,
yeah,
my man type
yeah,
dude. So
yeah.
we
He's
ain't
that
nothing
type of
wrong with
dude.
that though. I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him whatsoever. Whatsoever. I have a question, and this is AEW related. Who do you see winning? Do you see Osprey winning in Wembley, or are they going to just screw it and let Kenny? I'm already mad that Kenny turned heel because that didn't make sense.
I didn't like it, especially the scenario because he helped him and then Kenny
Gave him the one
hit
wing
him.
back.
Yeah, it didn't. I think that was overthinking. Like the how Russo says the double swerve. But
As I
that
was
was
telling
that man.
Shaw, I don't think it was necessary. This is an English man wrestling for the title in England. He's going to be cheered regardless. He doesn't have to.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be a
he didn't need
babyface
to do
right
it.
heel
But
dynamic.
I think this is all set up, yeah, for him to win that. So yeah, I can see him. But why is MJF running around saying that he's a real champ and why are we doing too much? We doing way too much.
First of all, the real AEW heavyweight champion is the WWE heavyweight champion, CM Punk.
Dude, as a Punk fan, that storyline felt so weird because
Remember,
He was on Collision doing
he
that, and
never
then
lost the title. He never was pinned for the belt.
he never was Finn for the belt. He came on Collision, he said all that stuff, and then they would be on Dynamite as if he never said it.
He doesn't work on this side of the TV. Okay, different
Nobody like it
universe.
was nobody on Wednesday cared about him saying that stuff, and it was awkward to watch. It was weird.
The whole thing was awkward, and now it's even more awkward with this
Kevin
storyline
Owens.
between Kevin Owens because they can't say it all. You can't say
He's like,
Coca Banner. You
he's
can't.
like, my friends don't like you, and he's like, what do you say, which three or something like that?
Yeah. He said he's like which three? He should have said which four because remember Pizzagate is the reason they're not friends.
What was that?
So remember CM Punk and Coca Cabana were suing the WWE together. CM
I
Punk
didn't
was
know
paying him.
Kevin was tight with Coca Bana.
He was. They were all Ring of Honor guys. They were all cool. There was and so they were all not supposed to be friends. So he was like, "Hey, you ain't." He's like, "I cut ties with everybody in WWE, so you gain. So we ain't talking to nobody with WWE, which included Seth Rollins, Corey Graves, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. So that means no, we don't talk to anybody that we used to kick it with that works there." So at the time, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were in NXT, and they had a visit to Chicago. So they went and got a pizza with Coca Cabana.
Is that
And
why Coca Bana was backstage at the WWE thing?
hmm And that's the reason. That's when CM Punk was like, "Oh, bro, I'm done with you.
I
You're
never
over."
even understood why he was backstage. It threw me off. I was like, he has an active lawsuit. Why is he even there?
And that's the reason CM
Uh,
Punk said, "I'm not paying for nothing," and that's the reason he sued CM Punk and all those. And they stopped being
that was,
friends.
yeah, dude. A lot of that was hard to watch, man. I didn't like him airing out Colt's dirty laundry about him
You live with your mom.
joint. Yeah, we didn't need that, man. I think he should have handled that privately with Colt. Like, hey, man, why are you at there looking bad for a lawsuit? Why, what's going on? And he does need to answer. Like, why did you do that? But Punk handling it the way he handled it, and then suing him, and then he did try to act like he was still cool with him when they did the lawsuit.
Yeah, but he lost.
Um, Yeah, but Cole was done with him, and then it made Punk look back. It was like, damn, is the stuff people say about you true? Because the one dude that was your good friend, he ain't even friends with you no more.
Your best friend turned his back. You turned your back on your best friend
Yeah, yeah, that was
because he didn't
ugly.
want to give up all his friends for a lawsuit, which I can understand. You get CM Punk. I feel like
But
CM Punk takes everything to heart,
he does. I
and
do
that's
think
that's a
I don't
problem.
think it's wrong for him to hang out with him, but you should have been like, yeah, I can't go to the show though. You in town, we'll meet up, we'll go lunch, but I can't go backstage over there.
I mean, I don't think he should. He went too far. And but Punk's rules were too far too. Like, hey, I'm not talking to Seth, even though Seth's my homie. I'm not talking to Corey, even though Corey's my homie. I'm not talking to anybody that works there. Um,
But Punk's afforded luxuries that other people can't.
yes,
Like if Cole was to cut off ties with them, they would have been done with him for good. Punk, as soon as he came back to WWE, everybody was willing to talk to him, be friends with him
yeah,
again. But I don't. Cole wouldn't have been able to leverage that. Them friendships would have been done. They millionaires. They don't need you. They don't. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I think Punk also needs to understand that, like, you know,
I think you should understand if this man is truly living with his mom, he's not rich.
right.
Like and you were rich. You're top tier. You were WWE champion. You were main
What
event.
happened to the studio apartment?
There
When we
you
did
go.
the Pack Guys
Now remember.
live in the studio
Oh,
apartment.
yeah. Maybe Punk was written that for him.
Might have been. He
I
was
mean,
over there a lot.
I mean, if you look at the fact of CM Punk said he paid all his bills, all of his bills. I mean,
I thought you
that's a
just meant the lawsuit, like
no,
the
no. He said he paid his all of his bills. He paid the lawsuit. CM Punk said he paid his rent at the studio
mm,
apartment. So,
mm.
I mean, but even if I did that, if I did this, and any of my friends that watch, if I do that for you, I won't throw it in your face, even if I hate you. I might beat you up because that's who I am. I ain't gonna throw it in your face. I'm just gonna assault you. It's just the kind of person
Yeah,
I
that
am.
stuff never looks cool. That's like the friend that when somebody's trying to talk to a girl and he comes, put the shoes I bought you. Like, come on, man, don't do that.
I see him Punk's. Hopefully, he's not. Well, from what they say, he's not as petty. Because obviously, he's working with Kevin. I don't know how this match is going to look
I think
Friday.
they squashed what they might not be best friends, but they squashed what they needed to squash some time ago.
Yeah, so we'll see.
But also Punk, and I'll say this as a Punk fan. I'm a huge Punk fan. Punk started his Make Things Right tour before he even left AEW. Remember, he showed up at the WWE event
Yeah, yeah, shaking
and
hands,
he
kissing babies, talking. But yeah, that's true. He was on the wellness tour.
yeah.
I might need this job because I don't know how this next job how this is
Somebody
fair.
posted footage. It was later. Well, that I seen it anyway, where he was talking to I think oh God, what is her name? Team Bad.
Tamina.
Tamina. He was back. Tamina was in the parking lot, and he was getting her to find some of the boys to let him in, and he was trying to talk with Mia's and all that stuff. But he was using Tamina to get him in.
I figured. Number one, I knew you were talking about Tamina when you said Team Bad because I know you ain't gonna forget Mercedes and Naomi.
No, no, my girls. I'll never forget them.
You forget the real mama of the bloodline. She still worker, ain't done nothing in
Nothing.
years. Still get a paycheck. I ain't mad at it, but that's when you the Rock's favorite family member, other than his
Hmm.
mama. You know,
Yeah.
other than his mama. So you gonna always work her because he's on the board. If you smell what the Rock is cooking,
She's the only one that he's really kin to, right?
yeah, yeah. She's the only one he really messed with. I mean, he messed
He
with
was
Roman.
talking about
He messed with Roman because
that's Roman, but he didn't he buy her a house
he bought her a house and truck.
and the truck. Yeah.
Yeah, he made sure
Yeah.
she was straight. But
Yeah.
but he also looks at it as that she's a single mom. I think because his mom was technically a single mom, even though Rocky was alive. Rocky,
Man, don't play this game. Don't play this game.
I
She
think
is
for
a
him,
single mom. His mom was a single mom with no money. Mina
yeah,
is a single. She's a single woman with children and a salary from the WWE.
and a
Not the
job,
same
yeah.
thing.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not the
I
same.
think, but I think for him, he was like, I want to make it easier for you than what it already was. She probably didn't have enough money to buy a house. She wasn't making that type of money from WWE.
You don't think so? I thought she was getting paid good.
I don't know. I don't
Was she on
know.
Total Divas?
Yeah, but not a star.
That's
She
two
was just there.
checks.
But not a star. She was there like Ambrose was. Like you there, but you're not really on the
Oh,
show.
okay. I got you.
Like Ambrose was there because Renee was on the show. Was he there?
She was
Yeah.
at least making. She was at least making six figures though.
I don't know about that because remember the Usos wasn't making six when they first started.
What?
When they first started, not now. They're making
Okay,
like
I was like, by now everybody makes six figures
ask the
on
New
the
Day.
main roster. On the
Oh,
main roster.
the New Day was gonna go down to 100 grand. They were gonna make six figures, but that ain't what they were used to.
Is that how low it was gonna be?
No, no, no. It was like 750,000.
Oh, okay. Still
Because
sucks.
remember, they were making millions. They were making
Yeah,
millions
yeah.
because you got the raise, you got the yearly raise. Unfortunately for them, unfortunately for their contract with them and Sheamus, I would love to see if Sheamus is going to go to AEW or is Sheamus going to do indie
He fits
wrestling.
perfect over there. He fits perfect.
I don't know.
Well,
He's big.
well,
He's not small.
I thought Cesaro fit perfect over there.
And what does he do? He runs the Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
and now he just slings in the background while John Moxley. John Moxley is the size cap. Everybody else fades in the
Uh,
background.
he should make an appearance, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
I just think he's too big. I mean, they could. There's so many people I think they could use better, like Brian Cage. He should be something. He's big. He's agile. He looks great. He looks
You
amazing.
should give up on Brian Cage because they gave up on Brian Cage.
I'm not gonna give up on Brian Cage because I'm a fan of bodybuilding and he's Mr. Nevada. Okay. So no, I'm not gonna give up on Brian Cage. He's the machine. Lance Hoyt should be something. But they gave up on him too. Uh, it's just so many people. I mean, the only person that's big that they haven't given up on is like freaking Brody King, and that's only because he
Yeah,
got the shirt.
they had a moment where they should have put the strap on him, even if it
I,
was for a short
I
amount of
told you
time.
when he wrestled MJF, he should have gave him Gonzo bomb and pinned him.
And his MJF, it'd be nothing for him to get it back.
MJF loses the title so much now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he don't lose no steam from losing the belt.
He's the
Like
biggest
we
single.
talk about Chelsea Green. If she would have lost that belt Friday, if they would have took that and she would have went heel, she ain't gonna get it back.
True.
MJF, he's fine. Matter of fact, he's walking around with a belt right now.
The triple B. It's not even recognized. Now he's got the new Taz title now. Look at it.
Oh yeah, like
The
it's
FTW title. He got the new FTW title. It's not
so
recognized.
now. So, there would have been nothing. And I get it wasn't in the plans, but he was hot.
Yeah.
He was over. Do it. Just do it. MJF's gonna be fine.
I mean, didn't you get one of the shirts that Brody was
Yeah,
selling?
I got it.
Have you wore it?
I mean, I'm aware there's a event, hip hop in the park. I'm aware it there.
Oh, okay. Hip hop in the park. Is it at Waterfront Park, by the way?
No, it's at the that park in the west.
Elliott Park?
That the new one.
Oh, the one with the skating rink?
Not that. I need to check that out though. I need to check that out. The one is like by the rallies. It's like off Broadway.
Oh,
It's
I,
named after
I ain't
some
been that far.
lady. I hate that I said some lady. She's important. The attorney lady. The lady that
Oh,
was
okay.
like the
Okay.
she's like first my brain scram.
I
She
didn't know. I
also
didn't been
has a
downtown
she
in
also
a
has
while.
a yeah, she also has a bad old case.
Mm.
Yeah, so she's got one of those big Louisville posters too. Right outside River City Bank.
Oh,
At
really?
the yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. But it's a nice park. It's a really nice park.
Well, next time I'm downtown, I'll definitely go check out that park.
Yeah.
But, sir, is there anything else you want to talk about in the world of professional wrestling?
No, no, man. I think that's nice. We gotta I don't know where Shy is. We'll get him next time, I guess.
You
But
know, he's out in the world. He's living his best
yeah.
life. Probably got somebody pregnant. If you do, congratulations, boss. It's about time we put a kid in this world to look like you.
He he hates the idea of kids.
He just wants to be the uncle that gives him candy and runs away.
I guess so. He got a new kid. It's a cat. He acts like a kid.
Hey, I have five of those kids, so I understand.
I think he's getting fat, so I don't know. I need to exercise him or something.
He exercise himself. He'll exercise himself. He's a cat. You might need to get him another cat eventually.
Maybe event we talked about it. We'll think about it.
There you go. There you go. What you can get the next cat and name him Larry after seeing Punk's dog. But sir, close us out, man. If we ain't gonna do this,
Oh yeah, man. Well, that's it. We talked about going on in wrestling. He's elderly and pissed. I'm significantly getting older, but not too old.
if you shave, you look 16, so you're fine.
Appreciate it. I'm not pissed, but you know, I'm human. Sometimes I feel happy, sometimes I feel sad about wrestling. It's life. But hey, it's ups and downs, man. If you're facing hard times, hopefully this is your rope break.
All right.